Okay, so today what we want to do is explore a very important functionality of Sysgem Enterprise Manager. And we want to demonstrate that Sysgem Enterprise Manager not only monitors systems in real time, but it can trigger an alarm and take a predefined action when called upon. This is a very critical aspect of system monitoring. And you want to be able to raise alarms when circumstances call for it, not when the situation has already become dangerous or out of control. What we have is a saved session, and this session involves two open VMS systems, one called I64PS and another called Sales2. So let's open up that session. And this is the monitoring window, and the monitoring window actually contains quite a bit of information, especially information that would be very important to an open VMS systems manager. But you can see that there's a username, you can see the agent, and in this situation, for our demonstration, we've designated a process on each of those two systems as being a mandatory process. Now, this would be in any enterprise's security policy. They're going to designate processes that must be up and running 24/7. And this is very critical to the organization's infrastructure. So Sysgem is going to monitor those two processes as mandatory. If those processes should stop running, Sysgem will know this, will trigger an alarm, and will take a predefined action to restart the process and get it back up and running. So this is what we're going to show. And there is a window where we can define those two processes. And it's called the mandatory process, and we can bring up what's called a parameter file. There's the parameter file. They're very easy to build. It's a text file. And we've designated an agent. We've designated the process name, which is our mandatory process. We've given those processes tags. We're going to assume that we're a very large open VMS shop, and the I64PS system is a titanium system, and the Sales2 system is an alpha system. So because we're a big shop, we have an titanium group and we have an alpha group. If a process goes down and an alarm is triggered, we want to notify the titanium group if it's the titanium system, and the same for the alpha group if it's the alpha system. And then we see in the final column there's a simple DCL command which we put in there, which is a restart the process command. Okay, so that's been defined in this window, and there are two systems which we are currently monitoring. Now what we're going to do for the sake of this demonstration is we're going to go in and manually kill a process. So we'll go into the system that has test 2, and we'll go ahead and just kill test 2. Now what we're going to do is refresh our display, force a refresh, and it should show that test 2 is now missing. And there's our alarm band, which has been triggered on the bottom. And if we refresh again, we should see that SIM has started the process back up again. So let's force a refresh, and there it is. The alarm band's no longer showing, and the process is up and running again. Now, there should have been an email that was sent to the alpha group. And let's go into a mailbox for an administrator for the alpha group. And let's go ahead and see, there's the email with all the specifics of the event that was sent to that administrator. So that does show Sysgem's ability not only to monitor, but to be proactive and trigger an alarm and take a predefined action when called upon. And that concludes this particular demonstration.